What up is Dane, and in this video I'm going to be telling you if you should be on a high protein diet for weight loss or if you shouldn't, right? So let's get straight into this video. So first of all, the main reason why I recommend high protein diets to people, even if they're not even trying to build muscle mass, is because of these few factors. First of all, you need to understand that protein digests a lot slower than simple carbohydrates like bananas, apples, stuff like this, fruits, and obviously chocolates, stuff like that, right? So the junk food. Protein digests a lot slower. And then the second factor, protein makes you feel a lot fuller and more satisfied. And when you're more fuller and satisfied, guess what? You're less likely to crave things. You're less likely to eat on junk food, binge on junk food because you're full. So those are the two main important things, right? You don't actually need to eat a lot of protein when it comes to weight loss. It's not something for building muscle or anything like this. It's literally just because of those two factors. It's nothing special, right? You don't need a protein intake of like 1.5 pounds per gram or something like this. You can simply just have a protein intake of about 1 gram per pound of body weight, and that should be enough protein for you just to stay satisfied and full. So that's really important, okay? Now, what foods are high in protein that you could eat? Tuna, that's a really quick meal that is high in protein. Takes like 5 minutes. Tuna salad, something like that. Of course, chicken breast. You don't want to buy chicken with the skin on and stuff like this. It's not going to be as healthy because I have, other things. Whereas chicken breast is just more high in protein compared to the fat, and I was going to say carb, but it's got very little carb, but it's fat. So anyway, those are like white fish and stuff like this. So I do really recommend high protein diets when it comes to weight loss, no matter who I'm talking to. And one thing I have to clear out the way as well is that eating a high protein diet is not going to give you liver damage or kidney damage or whatever people are telling you. This is not true. I don't actually know why this myth even exists, but anyway, yeah, I definitely recommend high protein diets when it comes to weight loss, despite even wanting to build muscle at all, right? So make sure to keep a calorie deficit when it comes to weight loss. And if you actually are trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, just remember this is not the most optimal way, but it can be done. However, I do recommend usually a higher protein intake when you're in a calorie deficit, and mainly because you want to retain as much muscle mass as possible, right? So I recommend about 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and this is quite a high number once again, but this is for people that are really serious in the gym and training a lot, and they want to retain the most amount of muscle mass as possible and feel satisfied throughout the day. However, you don't need to go so high. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. Subscribe down below if you did. Leave me a comment, leave me your suggestions. Anyway, stay positive, stay smiling, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.